All right, now it's time for a moment of getting serious about the state of the union and situational awareness. The actual name of the topic that I gave it today was situational awareness, state of the union, as it relates to protesting, definitely. Now, we won't get into the politics and the test of lying, but we will cover the information needed to peacefully oppose anything that you want to stand up, stand your ground, protest, and what you need to think about when you're doing it so you stay safe. So, the things we're going to be recovering, the things we are going to be covering with situational awareness in the State of the Union will be peaceful protesting, dangerous situations, emergency readiness, informed decisions, personal safety, and standing your ground. So we're going to follow this format. I think this format is working out good for me and the ladies, where I'll intro the topic with the points, Black Evie will follow up with more elaboration, and Job will wrap it up with the real life application. So, before we start, let's read our situational awareness and State of the Union statement. The ability to, okay, let me go back. Situational awareness is the ability to identify, understand, and project the potential impact of events in your environment. It involves being aware of your surroundings, recognizing potential hazards, and making informed decisions based on that understanding. Essentially, it is about knowing what's happening around you and participating and anticipating what might happen next, allowing you to respond effectively. Pay attention to that word, respond, because you only can respond when you're informed. You react out of emotion, and we don't want to do that. So, we're going to look at its core components. I'm going to start there. So, the core components of situational awareness are observation. Pay attention to your surroundings. Gather info using all 5 of your senses. And in case you don't remember what they are, they're seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and feeling. Also, comprehension, making sense of the information you just took in with all of those 5 senses that you observed with. That's where that respond will lead you to the next thing for you to do. And then projection, using the information to anticipate future events and potential consequences. So once again, the core components of situational awareness are observation, comprehension, and projection. Now, before we even jump into these key aspects, I want to chat it up a little bit about some things I'm aware that's going on. I became aware of a situation where a community that is where you rent space to live there, apartments rather, apartment complex, where the stakeholders felt that it was a good idea to take, I would say, little strips of rubber things and jam them up in your window so you can only open your window no greater than 3 inches. Yeah, and that really concerned me. I'm like, why would you limit someone's ability to open their window? And I'm also aware that this same community, stakeholders came to see their investment, to make sure their investment was structurally sound And I do agree with that approach because if I'm investing in something, I want to know how my building is and how whomever is managing it, how the tenants are, how they feel, and all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But the situation escalated to a point where tenants began feeling bullied, abused, and antagonized because the stakeholder was just coming in their units and just ransacking through them, opening up doors, refrigerators, going into their personal spaces.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And a person like me, first when you enter my house, you have to shed your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you bringing in what's outside into my home.
Mm-hmm.
I walk around my home barefooted sometimes. Mm-hmm. Even though I have a dog, you can eat off my floor. That's how clean I keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want anyone, I don't care what level of inspection on a unit that I reside in, I would not want anyone to violate my tenants' rights, my space,
Mm-hmm.
nor my safety or make me feel bullied. So that situation is alarming because it will, in a case of a fire, that could jam somebody up in there, in their apartment. You know, like you could open your window all the way and jump out it. From the second floor, I think you'll be safe.
Mm-hmm.
From the third or fourth floor, you might need a firefighter's ladder. And if you get a firefighter's ladder, if the window is jammed, that's further interrupting the time to save you. What if you have smoke going on in your house and you need to open the window to vent the smoke out so you don't get choked? So that situation really needed to be discussed here on this show and more awareness be brought to it. And we will have a further show about tenants' rights and responsibilities because I am very aware that in a lot of our socially economic disadvantaged individuals in the neighborhoods where they are being grouped in this city, where we're disenfranchising, one of those big words, where we're moving the inner city black people out and putting them in the outskirts. I'm just have to say it like that. Because at first they wanted all the black people in the center, but now they want all the black people out. And it really is a discombobulation of how people are being treated. And being that this goes to the level of being a safety concern, I thought that it really needed to be brought to awareness on the radio and television show because there may be other tenants out there that feel they're being bullied. And that's not what we stand for. This whole show is about situational awareness and your right to have a protest or an opposition to something that's going on in your life, and especially in your living space when it comes to your safety. So I'm going to pause out right there for a minute.
You know what, Mitri? I'm going to interrupt one time on that. It kind of tickled me that they will make windows like that. And only one reason I could think of safetiness for that is for people who are are dealing with mental issues and keeping them from jumping out the window, suicide. But there are many number of things they could do with the window closed in their own home anyway.
And the only legitimate reason I
don't get it.
I don't get it either. And the only legitimate reason I could personally come up with is if I had a child in the house who may be trying to climb out the window. I wouldn't even look at a drug addict or a mentally health person either that way, but I'm glad you brought it out that way because at the end of the day, it still does not justify locking a person's window for 3 inches. And the reason why I say that because it, the type of building that it is and the type of residence that's in that particular building. It's not really many children. Well, so that's why I said there's 0 children in this particular complex.
Right. So,
but like at the end of the, I see where you're trying to make sense of it, sis.
Yeah.
And you can't make sense of you know what. I can't say the words I really want to say. There can't be any sense made. But I want us to keep that in mind because you should never, even if you're doing it to yourself, you never barricade yourself in a way where you don't have that window as an option. Because you need to Vent your house out to clean out your house.
Yeah.
But if you want to live how you live, that's you. But for safety measures, you need that window to open to its full capacity. Even if you're on the 18th floor, they got firefighter ladders that'll go up. Because in the case of a fire, if that window is jammed, that's extra time. Whereas the firefighter could get to you, but you couldn't open the window, you die from smoke inhalation.
Right. I never heard anything like that.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I said situational awareness, that need to be brought up. You know, and you brought up a good point, John, for real. You really did.
Okay. Situational awareness during peaceful protest involves being mindful of your surroundings, your potential risk, and how to respond to the various situations. All right. So it's crucial to stay alert to your environment when you're in a protest, peaceful protest, because they can go awry really quickly. So you need to be able to know how to recognize potential threats, and you need to have a plan to ensure your personal safety and the safety of others. Maybe some people came with a group. Okay, so you need to have a plan. And you need to be aware of the crowd's behavior and escalations around you in the crowd, and identifying escape routes. Okay, in the crowd. All right. So I'm gonna give you a breakdown of some key aspects of situational awareness and peaceful protest, right quick. Okay. Maintain 360-degree awareness. Okay, and that means be aware of what's happening all the way around you, above you, below, right, left, north, south, east, everything. Be aware. Pay attention to suspicious individuals, packagings, and activities. Okay, it's a lot you got to keep your head on the swivel, y'all. Okay, if you're gonna be a part of a protest or just in a crowd, period, any crowd, avoid any unattended items. That's any bags that's sitting in the way or just off to the side, any containers, any boxes. Avoid them. Don't touch them. Don't know what's going on with them. Okay. Now, number 2, recognize your potential threats. Identify potential threats like sudden changes in the crowd behavior, police actions, or any counter protesting. Okay, so while you're over here being peaceful, we shall overcome. Then the people across the street over there, they ready, they knucking if you bucking, right? They ready, they ready for it to go down. So you got to be able to recognize those things and get away from that situation. Okay, be aware of the potential escalations and have a de-escalation safety withdrawal. Okay, so pretty much it means get on up out the way. If you see some escalation, you withdraw from that area completely. Okay, develop your safety plan before you even attend a protest. Have a safety. You know where you're going, right? So you know the ins and outs of that area. If you don't, you need to research that information before you go putting yourself in that area where you are unfamiliar with. And for right there, I am going to pause it and hand the mic to John Love so she can let us know how she feels about this situational awareness.
When you are protesting, stop going into certain stores that we are protesting. Stop supporting the people who we are protesting. Just being peaceful, trying to be humble, but speak your words, let your voice be heard, and share your information, because your information and someone's information could be a solution. Just try to do it without putting so much emotion in it to where you become angry. And always know it's not just about you. It's about everyone else that's around you. So let's just try to keep it peaceful and keep it in a godly way. In a godly way. He believe in, the Most High believe in peace, but we do have to fight our war. So that's what I have to say about it for right now.
Black Evie was talking about situational awareness, what's going on in the crowd when you're protesting. Keep your bag close to you. Don't touch no bags that don't belong to you. Know where your people at. It made me really think about being in the airport. Yep. Don't take nobody else's bag. Know where your bag is. We all on point in the airport. We paying attention to all our surroundings. That's almost the behavior you have to have when you're out there in a crowd of any sort sometimes, but especially when you're in a crowd where protesting or opposition is involved. Because a lot of times, sometimes the most obvious is the least seen. Yeah. Like, you ain't gonna think nobody gonna come to the protest and stand in the middle of the protest with a gun. But you'd be surprised how many people just sit right there and it's right in your face. But you looking over here somewhere. You ain't looking what's right there.
And you bypass that person.
Exactly.
And they slipped away.
Exactly.
In the crowd.
Very easily, and the next thing you know, pow, pow, boom, boom. And you was like, well, dang. And then you look on the news, you're like, he was standing right next to me. You gotta be situational awareness. Most obvious is the least seen. And like Black E.B. touched on, danger. Don't hang around danger. You do whatever by any means necessary to get yourself away. Like, they have the fight, flight, and I added fright response. So fight, don't stand there and fight in the middle of danger unless you're fighting your way to flee so you can run. And don't get frightened so much that you freeze and you don't know what to do. Black E.B. really hit on, really know where you're going, what it's about, who your opposition is in a protest, because you definitely have opposition in that environment. And something Ja said made me think about, she said stuff about stores. And no, don't go and court the store that's supporting the suppression, oppression, and depression of the socially economic disadvantaged individuals in these struggling at-risk neighborhoods. And most of these people are Black. I can't get away from that. It's the truth. I'm transparent. So I'm going to tell you one store I know, and you guys can look this up yourself. Target supported the apartheid in Africa. And only time I shop at Target is when I get a free gift card.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'll be all up in Target. I really do.
Right.
I really, really do. But I want to go ahead and mention the importance again of situational awareness and how crucial various situations, including personal safety, workplace safety, emergency response. By developing strong situational awareness skills, individuals can improve their ability to avoid dangerous situations. By recognizing potential hazards early, individuals can take steps to prevent incidents, respond effectively in emergencies. Understanding the situation allows for a more timely and appropriate response. Make informed decisions. I'll say that again. Make informed decisions. Awareness of the environment and potential consequences helps in making better choices. And we always want to improve our personal safety. By being aware of your surroundings, individuals can be better prepared to protect themselves, especially when you're protesting. I got the resource out the library. It's called the Hamilton County Alert. and it's HC with an H in the middle. It's cute. It'll be up on the website, but for YouTube and Facebook, here's what it looks like. It's in the Hamilton County area. Oh, oops. Yeah, over here. I'm sorry.
Yes, we got a lane.
Lean with it. Rock with it. And know that this is for the Hamilton County area in Cincinnati, Ohio. But if you live in another area, you need help getting this resource and understanding how it can help you, hit us up. Getting to know, GiTK.org. Now, what the Alert HC is an Alert Hamilton County or Alert HC. Is the notification system used to alert people in Hamilton County about emergencies and other important information. You can choose from more than 40 different alerts to receive with information about hazards and emergencies that may potentially impact you. Emergency notifications keep you informed and can help you keep yourself and your loved ones safe when the unexpected happens. Now, if you're in Hamilton County, and all of this will be on the Getting to Know website too, you can sign up for the Alert HC by visiting www.alerthc.org. That's Alert Hamilton County. That's what the H and the C stands for. So that once again, sign up for the alerts for dangerous and important situations at www.alerthc.org. Once again, if you missed this right now, you came into the show late, this will all be on the website. You'll be registering your address and your contact info. You can opt in to receive whatever alerts you want, emergency information, weather. You can elect how you receive the alerts, by phone, email, or both. And you can fill out your Smart 911 safety profile. And let me see what it would look like on time. So that safety profile is something that you definitely want to get involved with, and what it includes is like your family details, your emergency contact, your pet's information, your home access information, your vehicle information, relevant medical history information, language preference, disability information, and more. It's a way for if you say you become incapacitated and you can't talk, and you've registered with this on Alert HC for your Smart 911, it might be the difference in life or death for you. You just don't know. When I found out about this, and with all the protesting peacefully that we're doing in the United States, where we're trying to be encouraged to be unpeaceful, this is a very important piece of information. Mm-hmm. So I have spoken a whole lot. I need something to drink, so I'm going to pass the mic out to Black Evie and let her weigh in, and as always, John will follow up.
Just to let you know, people who work on improving their situational awareness, they have a few characteristics that are built from this. Working on your situational awareness, okay? They have heightened observation, they become more aware, and it helps you to think strategically. It helps you think strategically in better ways, okay? And they're able to better take advantage of opportunities in reference to if something goes awry because they're aware. So it's 4 main characteristics of situational awareness. This includes observation, orientation, decision, and action. Mitri, I know you went over something earlier in reference to the situational awareness, and you said there were 4 somethings. Was it this?
Mine was 3 core components. So you...
Okay.
But we got the same things, and you have a 4th one. That's amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's see what's different.
Yes.
Okay. Observation. And this involves constantly monitoring the people and actions taking place around you. All right? Is something or someone around you exhibiting any violent behaviors, that make you leery, then you need to get away from the situation, and or warn somebody. You might be the one that lives to tell the story, or you might be the one to help everybody get safe in a situation. Mm-hmm. So be observant. Orientation. This encourages you to think about what is around you and how you're processing the information based on your own experiences. Okay, so in the past, you might have had a situation where, something happened and you didn't get away quick enough, or you didn't respond in a timely manner. If you are paying attention to what's going on around you, you can see this happening again. You can see it unfolding and act on your experience to help the situation. All right? The decision. It has you weigh all your options and look for what's the best possible outcome within your own capabilities. Right? After you observe, you see the orientation, you have to make a decision. And this allows you to make an informed decision. Mm-hmm. All right? And then you take action. That's your last step. All right? And it has you use all the previous information that I just talked about to protect yourself and get to safety, and others as well. Help them get to safety. So those are the 4 main characteristics of situational awareness. And remember, people who work on it, they improve it tremendously and have heightened observations, become more aware, and they are better strategic thinkers. I can't say that enough. The end.
She's back.
I love when she say that.
Yeah, she stole that from me though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, as they say, great minds think alike.
That part. Love you, Blackie B.
You too.
Well, what I would like to inquire on that is, for a lot of our women who work at night, goes out to the bars, what is that called? A landmark. You know how we used to wear shoestrings around our neck and put our keys on it?
Oh, lanyard.
Lanyard. Yes. Have one of those. And while you're walking out in the street by yourself, going to your car or whatever, you can have it, have keys on it, some heavy, and, kind of swinging it like you whistling along the way. So if someone approach you without you knowing, you can use that to swing at them to keep them at a distance and hopefully pop them in the head or something. And, it can help you get away. It can buy a little time for you. Mm-hmm. That if you don't have a firearm, but that's another story. I'll come back to that. And, being mindful and aware of where you at, especially when you are out in the club. Mm-hmm. Take some napkins and cover your drink.
Definitely.
Put your straw in the napkin and walk around with the napkin on it. Because while you walking around and you turn your head just for a moment, someone could have dropped something in your drink. Mm-hmm. And you're not watching your drink all the time. You talking and sightseeing and just sipping. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, it could turn into something else very dangerous.
They can slip you a Mickey.
Mm-hmm. As I heard. Well, I'm not going to put all that out there, but...
We'll say that for another show.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell. Well, a lot of people know how to do the little date rape and all that.
No, we got to put that out there. That's what the Mickey was all about.
I heard about the Visine.
Yeah, the Visine. Yeah. Back in the day, they was really doing the Visine. Yeah. Don't...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I apologize for that because that's what we do. Bring awareness. Mm-hmm. It's not that we're trying to teach anyone to do harmful things to others. We just want others to be aware of those type of people.
And know that they're everywhere. They could be at the club, like she said, but when you in McDonald's, don't leave your food and your drink unattended. And I like nowadays, most of the time you actually go get your own drink. So, and even oh man, you just made me really think of something, John. Like when you at McDonald's and you about to get some pop or water from that
Fountain.
Fountain, yeah. Don't take the first like you do when we out there. Don't take the first group, the first that's coming out of there. Let it run a little bit and get all that sticky, nasty stuff off of it. And don't take the first cup. Take the cup below that. That's the dust cup on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
don't take the first lid. Take the lids below that.
That part.
Yeah.
We might be a little bit OCD, but that's situational awareness.
Yes, that is so true. And like I said, and for women, if you have a purse carrying your purse, y'all know what to do. Get that big old rock. Put in that $500 purse. It ain't gonna damage. Put some kind of heavy, especially if you walking alone in the dark. You have to be aware of your surrounding. You have to be aware of the danger, and don't think you are untouchable. And and just because it never happened to you before,
preach.
It can't happen.
Preach.
Don't think you are invisible. So and be prepared to run.
That part, sis. You know what? I thought that was the phone.
And another thing, for those who do carry firearms, even though you do have a license, I realized that when you have your firearm in a vehicle, you're supposed to have your firearm, just example, firearm in the glove department and the clip in the arm part.
Useless.
I know, but it's not supposed to be together.
Right.
So what's the use of having the protection with you when by the time you reach for the gun, you got one at your head or you pulled out your card?
But wait a minute, Mr. Thief, Mr. Rapist, Mr. Killer, I have to put my gun together. What?
Right.
The cops don't walk around with their guns unloaded.
That's how some of these people, even though you don't need a license to be a concealed carrier, as long as you got it out in the opening and it can be seen, you can still carry a firearm without license.
Yeah, you can in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, I don't own a firearm. I feel like the Most High is my firearm.
I feel like he's my firearm too, but he telling me to go ahead on and suit up and boot up and we're in the process. I ain't even about to be fake. Okay.
Hey, each is own.
Yeah, by any means necessary.
Yes. And I'm one of the people that try to stay out of, harm's way. And I know what I shouldn't be doing, especially being out at night, walking by myself.
That's it. You could be out in the daytime in the middle of Walmart and get shot.
No, I'm talking about far as, and you're right. You can get shot anywhere.
Okay, let me
anywhere.
You do well protecting yourself, and I hate that phrase where people say, "Oh, you was at the wrong place." How am I at the wrong place when I'm sitting in the middle of my living room? How am I at the wrong place if I'm on aisle 12 in Walmart getting some coffee and somebody want to come in with a bazooka and just blow us up? But you said something, sis, that I wanted to address that I know you do. And I used to do with Tierra too, but she's not with us anymore. She's the guardian angel watching all over us. But I was always share my location, especially when I went out of town. Yeah. And so like women that may work evenings, or if you want to go to the club, you can go to the club, because you go to the club Friday night. That don't make you in the wrong place. You're grown. You just want to have you a drink, smoke you a smoke, and party and dance a little bit. Shake off some, dust or something. That don't make you in the wrong place. I don't like that. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that are getting hurt and killed, they were just doing normal, everyday things, not bothering nobody. Why they gotta be in the wrong place? But if you are a female, and to our males too, we want to protect them too. Share your location when you're getting off work or leaving the club. Walk out the club talking to somebody on the phone. So if something do go down, they know exactly where you are. If somebody snatch you, they know, hey, she was right here and they snatched her. Keep your phone on if you can, and then as long as you can, and get a safety plan together. It's really, really important that we are aware in all these situations. And I know protesting peacefully was the main motivation for this topic, but we've covered other key situations where we really do need to be aware.
The Asian longhorn beetle is destroying our trees, literally eating them right where they stand. Look for holes in your trees. By keeping an eye out, we can put an end to the Asian longhorn beetle and help keep our trees safe. Report the Asian longhorn beetle. Go online at asianlonghornbeetle.com.
Now, I know y'all wondering, like, why in the H-E double hockey sticks did she play something about some Asian longhorn beetle eating up some trees? Well, let me tell you how we're going to bring that into situational awareness.
Okay.
All right. That little beetle eats trees and eat a hole in it. Guess what? That's compromising the structure of a tree. I had 2 trees fall on my house because they died. I don't know if that beetle ate them up, but they were rotten. And they fell on my house. The first one, like, destroyed the roof. She had to put another roof in it. And the second one, by the grace of God, it didn't hit the house as hard. It just had to be removed. But that is the epitome of situational awareness, especially for people who own property. If you own property and you're not aware about the health of your trees and the other foliage around you, and that tree falls on your neighbor's house, God forbid, injuring them, even killing them. You know how trees weigh thousands and thousands of pounds. So now, even if it doesn't, hurt them very bad, you didn't destroy their property. And now you got to be prepared to pay up and hope your homeowner's insurance covers that. So situational awareness is about any and every situation you're in at all times. So ladies, I just had to throw that one in there because y'all was looking like, why are we listening to an Asian beetle?
But that made a lot of sense. And thank you for bringing that awareness to our attention.
That's how we do it, child. Lean in. Yeah, that's how we do it. Black Kiwi, we still love you. We haven't let you out.
I just want to throw a few safety measures that you need to apply to your everyday life. This is men, women, children, everybody. I used to focus on just females because I'm a female, single females, but this is everybody because they out there, y'all. So in reference to walking to your car, okay, avoid walking alone if you can, all right, or walk near some other people, another group of people that you see is going in your direction. You might not know them, but just walk near them and keep your head on the swivel, all right? When you walk in, look confident and walk with purpose so that whoever trying to test you, they might look at you twice like, nah, that ain't the one. They got too much confidence. They might karate chop you. That's what you want to put out there. All right. Stay away from isolated and poorly lit areas. When you walk into your car, to parking lots, if you can, stay in the light. Have your keys in your hand before you reach your vehicle. With me, I have my keys in my hand, but I do not unlock my door until I'm right up on the door. Because if you hit your unlock, then somebody could be in there waiting for you. So have your keys in your hand, but don't unlock that door until you are right there. If you feel like you're being followed, walk to a store, walk somewhere where there are other people and it's well lit, and tell someone, get some help. All right. I got some other stuff about parking lot safety, but we'll cover that on our next show with the same type of topic because we only got a few minutes. And thank you guys for joining us. Love you.
I'm gonna let you comment and then because you look like you got something to say.
Yeah, she made some good points. And another thing for people, when people are in a situation and they are screaming help, nowadays everybody locking their windows and shutting their doors, acting like
And
they
doing
ain't
this.
even
Let me
heard.
get this on my phone. Let me record it. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook, TikTok.
But you know what? Instead of screaming help, scream fire. When you scream fire, everybody gonna run out their house. Everybody gonna open their doors because they gonna say, "Is my house on fire? Is my car on fire? Is my whatever may be outside's on fire?" That's how you get people attention. Screaming fire. Don't scream help. Help means, ooh, some people might hide.
That is a good point. You're right. People like, my car blew up. What are you? Yeah, you. Good one. Good one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to be the only child left behind. I got to drop some knowledge too. Y'all just get some stuff. So I'm going to piggyback off of something Black Evie said. Like when you're going to your car, only unlock it when you right there. When you in the gas station, I'm going to tell you two situations. I got no time to say it. So the gas station situation. Years ago, people were going to get gas and they were locking their doors, but people were coming and going under their car and waiting for the people to come back, unlock that door so they can fill their gas. And as soon as they got in that car, they was jumping in the back of the car.
Shut up.
Yep. And like it got revealed, I think it got exposure like from a gas station person watching somebody do it, a worker at the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And like they was raping and killing people and all kinds of stuff. Like so like I don't even try to get my gas at nighttime anymore. I like to get it in the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
And that parking thing y'all been talking about, park by a well lit area.
Yeah, you can.
Even if you're parking in the daytime, look and see how many street lights and lights is on around that parking space that you're going to choose. Because like tonight, if we go to the reggae that's in the park, Washington Park tonight at 7:00, Sister Kaya and them going to be down there spinning some ones and twos, doing their live performances. But if you're going down to the reggae in the park tonight, pay attention to your surroundings. We gather peacefully in the park when we enjoying our reggae. We don't have any problems at all. But these situations still apply to every situation you're in. And thank you to Sister Kaya and whatever the crew is that's putting that on. I'd love to just give them a handshake sometime soon because they really doing it. And they bringing a peaceful gathering. My dog absolutely loves it.
Like you said, during the daytime as well. Try not to park by some woods because you never know what might jump up out of that wood. It could be a deer running and run straight into your car or run into you. It almost happened to me before. You know, it scared the mess out of me. I was parked close to the woods and all of a sudden a deer just came out and ran. But he jumped over the hood of my car. But what if I was walking past the hood at the time? Ooh, that would have been awful.
Right. And you know, like, you got a good point, even in simple little situations. Like, it ain't always got to be a crisis. You need to pay attention to everything. You know, like if you're driving and a pet, like a rabbit or a possum or any kind of animal runs.
You see a possum. No, go ahead.
If one of those small rodents runs in front of you, please don't try to dodge it because you can cause a wreck, like you wreck into somebody else trying to not hit the animal. I'm sorry, but the animal's going to have to be ran over rather than me run into a telephone pole and hurt myself. But I just remembered the other thing I wanted to say before I got out of here about your car. Another game they played with the cars. If you're riding around in the nighttime, and you pass someone who does not have on their headlights. Back in the day, we would flicker our high beam and our low beam to let the person know, turn on your headlights. Well, they have gang initiations. They will purposely ride around in their car with their headlights off, and the first person that flickers them, the gang will go and do something to them, like rob them, take their car, or kill them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They still on that?
They still on that.
Ooh, she said still on that. This is my first time ever hearing about it.
But see, that's just it, sis. That's what we do here.
Right. We
get in the know. We bring it all to fruition. Yeah.
Because you know what? And I know too, when you flicker your headlight, that means you about to pass up the cops.
Yeah.
It means quite a few things.
Yeah.
So just be mindful and aware of your surroundings. Look out for the cops. Make sure your light is on, and If you think you're in a terrible area, a violent area, keep driving.
Yeah.
And make sure your doors are locked. And when you at the stoplight, you pay attention just in case you might have to run that red light. Somebody coming towards your car.
And we covered how to encounter a cop in the dark in another episode. But like Black Evie said, we will be bringing this back to part 2 because we want to make sure that in every situation we can possibly perceive that we have a strategy to be safe. But as every week, our hour has gotten away from us. So we're going to say thank you for tuning in. Continue to support. You can always get us at GiTK.org. That leads you to all our social media platforms and everything. All right. We still live on our Facebook and our YouTube. Yeah. So you guys always get a after the show, bonus that we can't do live on air. Let me turn off everything in the studio. Make sure this ain't in our studio because we might say a few words we can't say about FCC. Okay.
Right.
Yes, but we'd like to continue to thank you guys for supporting us. Stay tuned on whichever platform you're watching us on, or you can watch us on both platforms if you got more than one phone. That helps with our algorithm. That helps keeps us on the air, on the air with the radio show, on the air with the television show, and on the air on YouTube and Facebook. So we like everywhere, y'all. And we just want to keep bringing you that knowledge, but we most importantly want to thank you guys for your continued support and love that you show us. Because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be having nothing to do. Y'all hear that? He back there jamming now. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Yeah. Him and Disco Dave, they be doing it. But I ain't going to keep y'all long on this Facebook and YouTube because we got to press on to some other things. But I'm going to go down there to the reggae night. So y'all, Facebook and YouTube, y'all stay tuned because around the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, I'm going to be going live again and show you how to peacefully gather in the outdoors and enjoy this wonderful summer we're having without all of the bull crap. We gather peacefully, and we refuse to let anybody incite a riot with their ignorance. No politics and no test the lag. So I'm gonna let Black Evie and John give their takeaway, and then we're gonna shut them down.
Okay, well, everyone, stay tuned, and thank you for listening to us. And stay mindful out there. Stay aware of just life, period. Because we have many moments and situations that come upon us, and try to not deal with things emotionally because we may make the wrong choices and regret it later. So be mindful of your emotion and how you are feeling when you are handling situation. Take your emotions out and come at the situation with facts. And the facts of the situation is, I'm going to listen, and then I'm going to respond. And love y'all. Peace, love, and light.
Always. Black Evie.
All right, everybody. I just want to let everybody know. Oops, excuse me. I'm sorry. Let everybody know to stay safe and stay vigilant. Keep your head on your swivel while you're at home, while you're at work. Walk into your car, walk into the parking lot while you're driving, when you're in a public space. Just be aware, stay vigilant, and keep yourself and your loved ones safe. And see y'all next week.
All right. As always, y'all can get at us at GetInTheKnow, GiTK.org. At the top of all pages on that website is our link to Facebook and YouTube. We have a media page where you can watch past episodes. We had a help page where you can get help for a whole plethora of things that could be ailing you or you need help with. And if you don't see a link to help in your area, please send us a message on the website. And once again, you can connect with us Get in the Know, GITK.org. The Facebook, the YouTube, the GoFundMe, and media page, and the health page, all there with about page and everything. I figured if I just give you guys the website link to go to one place, because I know when I be watching shows and they be spitting out contact info, I can't always get all of the Facebook, the YouTube, and all that. So you just simply go to our website, Get in the Know, GITK.org. It is like the epicenter for everything you need to find out and get in touch with us. Follow up episodes. If you want to make a donation, if you want to drop a line in a message, if you got a question, a suggestion, if you have constructive criticism to help us grow as a show. We're not that ignorant that we don't know that we need to grow, and we want to hear your feedback. We want y'all to get us in the know too. So I'm gonna have to save some of my voice for later on, so I'm gonna have to tap out now.
1, 2, do the junkyard groove.
Unbelievable was Tierra upon her birth, August 10th, 1988. Unbelievable, the Divine One chose me to be Tierra's delivery way. Unbelievable, Tierra's spirit is powerful. Her heart is pure. Her soul is unique. Unbelievable, now I'm touched by my angel. Tierra's love is in heaven for me. Unbelievable, our journey together, our downs, our ups, our lows, our highs. Unbelievable, our journey together is eternity, mother-daughter love for life. Unbelievable, Tierra, I pledge to you with tender love and care. Unbelievable, your legacy will shine. I dedicate to you your foundation, Joy Air. Unbelievable, through space and time, Tierra's soul flies free as it soars. Unbelievable, with Jesus in his kingdom. Tierra, now your place is forevermore. Unbelievable, you always say I love you, and I always say diddle with all my heart. Unbelievable, now our love is in spirit, is our rainbow in the stars. Unbelievable, I love you.
1, 2, take a little solo. And bring it down, nice and gentle. One, two, everybody groove.
Dedicated to my baby, Tierra. One love.